When Sonny and Cher got divorced, I was 5. I was 5. And it broke my heart. It freaked me out. It's like divorce is the biggest evil of, it's just something that saddened me. I remember when Sonny and Cher got divorced when I was 6. And it rattled me. It was real. Sonny and Cher getting a divorce, devastating.
Get over yourself.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday night. So glad to have you all here. Sorry, I'm moving this around. And so excited to talk about this. How is everybody? Glad to see you. Sorry, I gotta get my speech therapy stuff away. As you know, I am going out of town next week. So I'm doing double duty and doing extra speech therapy sessions this week. Going crazy. I'm possibly, maybe, hypothetically, pulling a KODY here, maybe might do a Monday night live next week. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. If I do a Monday night live, I might not be able to get a video out reviewing because that would take time up. That's my only hesitation. That's why I might not do it. So I shouldn't even throw that out there. I shouldn't even throw it out there. What am I doing? I'm talking off the cuff. All right. YouTube has the names kind of all messed up because there were people listed at different levels today that I know they're not in because they've just always been in certain levels this entire time. So I left everything the same as last time with the exception of SOS exclusive supporters. They're updated because they were updated as of Sunday night because I updated those for the live stream that we did then. So they'll be updated as of Sunday night in here. Everything else is the same as of last Tuesday. So if you became a new member as of Tuesday, I apologize. If your name is not here below, I will try to add you if I catch you in the chat and you say, hi, my name is so-and-so, and I was just added this week. And I'll try to throw your name in there. And I don't know what's going on with them, but that's why I'm 2 minutes late because I was trying to figure it out. And they were shifting whole bunches of names into different levels. And I don't know. Technology. Just got to roll with it. Can't let it bother you. You can't get upset over the things you can't control in life. This is my new mantra. I'm trying. All right, everybody. KODY would do well if he lived by this mantra, wouldn't he? He'd be a happier person. All right. So, of course, we have at the top of our chat, Miss Lynn Skinner. Thank you for moderating our chat and keeping everybody in line. I appreciate you. Say hi to a few more people here who are here. Danny, hit the like button, number 2 in our chat. And so was Proud Canadian Grandma, number 3. Look at all of you right here at the beginning. Kathy Ferran, probably number 4. Sam Stewart was number 5. All right. Who else was here right up at the top? Shanna Banana. I love how all you guys come in early and just chat with each other. It makes me really happy that you sister friends are becoming real friends. Carol Butler, getting to know each other. Shanna, you had surgery, didn't you, just recently? So how are you doing? Are you sitting in here? I'm having a chance to read everything, but I do believe you just recently had surgery. So let us know how you're feeling. Let's see here. My Zoo for You is here. Hello. Oh, number 9. Tracy, hello. Good to see you. Fractured History and more. Stephanie Nelson, good to see you. Okay. Candace, happy to see you. Miss Candace Parker. And let's get a few more. Mama Squirrel, always good to see Mama Squirrel. She always makes us laugh. Okay. Stephanie, I have to say it was pretty funny when the cameraman did a close-up on KODY's head. I know. I mean, it's really, really funny. I'm so shocked that, I guess what's KODY going to do, right? I suppose if he were a girl, he'd put little clips to kind of try to hold it there. And when he did the tell-all that one time, he had it probably a can of Aquanet from the 80s he found, because that stuff was like plaster holding your hair in place. But I think he used like an extra significant amount of gel in his hair that day and then sprayed the heck out of it, because he had them all placed perfectly. And no matter how he turned his head, they did not wobble or bounce or anything. They laid back, covering up, well, not completely, but attempting to cover up the bald spots. With the exception of that one episode, his hair is always banging all around and you just see these major spots there. I mean, even in the thumbnail, he's like taking a selfie of he and Robin. I don't even remember that in the episode, actually. It probably was at the very end at their Valentine's Day dinner. And the one little ringlet's hanging down in the front. And you see this huge barren wasteland of bald land here. And then his hair, which begins about here on his head and goes back. It's crazy. It's crazy. I think he thinks, because when he looks in the mirror, he just sees this in the front. I think he thinks that in-between part doesn't exist, or that one curl is hiding it. Possibly. I don't know. I would love to know what goes through his head. I really would. I don't know. All right. Tough Love Queen is here. Hello. Thank you for hitting that like button. Amy D, good to see you. Oh, Donna Miller, hi. Okay. A few more people, and then let's just start jumping right into it. Knit My Bit, good to see you. Donna Miller. I think I said hi already. Donna Miller, Teflon Queen, Danny, Susan Shea, hello. Janita, Juanita. We don't have to do that anymore. That was when we were doing the Baldwin episode. Baldwin's wife, who thinks that she has a Spanish accent, and changed her name to having a Spanish sounding name too. Crazy gal. Who pays thousands for turquoise, yeah. And it wasn't even like beautifully set and some incredible, like they were just round little. I don't think she was that thrilled with them. And oh, thank you, Danny. Didn't know what to do with the hair today. It was not cooperating, so this was it. I think I have never seen her wear turquoise. She may have, and she may have a couple of times. I just don't recall it. I just don't recall seeing her in turquoise. I really don't. Samantha Head, hello, good to see you. Evelyn, good to see you. Whoops, there's a click in. There we go. Valerie, hey. April, hi. So many people rolling in the house now, and I'm behind, of course. Mary, good to see you. Wild Julia, hello. Debbie, hello. Marie, hello. Living an eclectic life. Hey, Valerie's here. Betty. Okay, LaShonda. So many people. Valadia. That's my shoe. Look at everybody here. Everybody's here in the house today. We're so happy to be back, aren't we, with episodes? I really am. Allentown, PA. Good to see you, Chris Ann. And Peach. All right, so this episode. Okay, so I just started editing because a lot going on, which makes me really upset because I recorded 3 hours worth of stuff. I don't have time to do all that this week, especially since I just started. So I really only have about 10 minutes worth of stuff by the end of today ready to go out, which is not enough to go out. And I've got to work all day tomorrow. So I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see how we can multiply time in the next few days. This is the goal. and get it out because I want to get it out to you soon. So it'll probably be in 2 segments because I want to get the first half out, something out as soon as possible. Plus, I recorded another Tay-to-Tea. I could get that out a lot quicker just to get something out, but I really need to get something about this episode going. So I'll do that first. Maybe if I have downtime next week when I'm out of town, I can get that Tay-to-Tea one out. Maybe I can even do some of the editing on that other stuff. Maybe I can record it on Monday and edit while I'm out of town, while I'm traveling in the airports and all that or something. We'll see. Okay, Sean J, good to see you. Stacy, hello. Okay. So let me talk to what I am the most familiar with, which is the very beginning of the episode because I was just editing it today. I will say my favorite part of the whole episode was Mary and Janelle talking to each other. But this is no surprise. This is what I always say. I love finances. I love talking money. I love sticking it to KODY. I was going to say sticking it to the man. The man in this situation is KODY. And it had all of that in that conversation. It had the awakening of Mary and the awakening of Janelle, quite frankly. Because for Janelle to say, when we had everybody's names on everything, I really should have spoke up. I'm so silly. And then I did speak up when I felt like all our names should be on the house that Robin was in. But he said, no, she needs to have something that's just hers. And so I said, okay, I'm so silly. Yes, we've been screaming it from the mountaintops. It was the first episode where I really truly saw the level of control that men have, not just over the wives, but over the finances and the money. I'm starting to think that this religion might be more about money than it even is about sex. Because I used to just think it was like horny men that wanted to have lots of women around. But I think that they enjoy collecting the women for the incomes they bring in as much as they enjoy collecting the women to sleep around with them. I really do. Maybe more so. In his case, anyway, I think more so. Yep. I don't think he's at all upset that the women are leaving in terms of not being able to sleep with them at all, because he got rid of that part of their marriage a long time ago for most of them. Janelle, we're unsure about. I'm unsure about what happens there between the two of them from the get-go. Sometimes I just think they're a freak in the sheets all the time. And then other times it's like a platonic, intellectual kind of relationship. And then I think they're a freak in the sheets. And she's just pleasing him to no end. And she's just loving all of it. And he's loving it. And then other times I think, no, based on the things they say, it's just they're more like brother and sister that became friends, that became married, and eventually grew to love each other. It's confusing. They really send mixed signals. They really do. All right. Let me catch up with you guys too. Sit here and just talk. Okay. I am way behind. Oh, Tracy's been a member for 5 months. Aw, we enjoy you being in here. Tracy's Fractured History and More, for anyone who wants to know what TFHAM stands for. It's a mouthful. I think I have that starred. I don't know when it's starred and when it's not starred. It's very confusing to me. Okay, well, there we go. Okay, all right. Evelyn, maybe, is number 19. And Maddie's number 61. All right, we are moving along, hitting the like buttons. Thank you all. I appreciate you. All right. Her body language screams ick. Oh, Robin. I honestly think Robin is disgusted by him physically. Mm-hmm. One would think, right? Because I didn't put this in the video, I don't think. Who knows what I said, because I was recording until 3 o'clock in the morning. But when he looks at Robin and talks to her, I guess in his sexy voice or maybe romantic voice, and he squints his eyes and he has that little smile smirk on his face, kind of like a Cheshire cat look, the hair stands up on my arms. Really don't like it. I really don't like it. And that's like a 9.8 on the creep factor. So I can't help but to think he does that to her when he's trying to woo her. Or he looks at her with a towel on and flexes and says, do you want this? I mean, what could be a bigger turnoff, really? He's so clueless. Okay. Yeah, the earrings were nice, but subdued for her taste. Yes. Yeah, I'd wear the earrings. You can give me those turquoise earrings. I'd wear them if I had some sort of shirt that complemented her. If I had a yellow shirt that complemented the turquoise earrings, or even something turquoise. I mean, I don't want anything too matchy, but if there's something that had turquoise in it and it complemented it, I would definitely wear them. But they don't look Robin. They don't scream Robin to me at all. Not at all. I don't think we'll ever see him on the show. If we ever see him on the show, we have to guzzle. It's not a drinking game anymore. It's a bottoms up. We'll have to bottoms up if we ever see her wearing those turquoise earrings. It's never going to happen. She's going to return them and use the money to buy a doll or something. All right. Hi, Heather. Welcome, Pittsburgh. Wendy, good point. He's sick of all the purple. Here you go. Let's try another color, Robin. You can't handle the purple anymore. You're no longer 12. And you know what? I like the color purple, but she's ruined it for me now, unfortunately. Pretty Esquire, welcome. Glad you're here. Okay. And Heather, a lot of people are hitting the live today. I'm glad people are available. Yay! A lot of new people. Okay. Becky says that KODY thinks Robin recoils from him because the other women left him, but she only showed interest before to make the others jealous. It's no fun pretending now. Yeah, I mean, it's been her whole MO from the beginning. I believe ever since before she even met KODY. Everything's been a game to her. It's been a race, a game. How can I get him? How can I woo him? How can I use my womanly wiles to get my scent out there, as her mother would encourage her to do based on what she wrote in the book, and make him want me. And then when she locked him down And I'm sure she had multiple ways of going about doing that. Miss, I got knocked up before I got pregnant with my first marriage. So we do not think she was Miss Innocent this time around. No way, no how. Plus, KODY broke the covenant that he had with the rest of the wives, kissed her before. Well, who sent me that email today, in fact? Somebody sent me an email, which is a good point, and I'll probably bring it up on that. And another thing, I got to get one of those videos out too. I need more hours in the day. Christine on the couch in that interview, totally hurt, totally upset with Robin over the fact that, and KODY, over the fact that they had a kiss prior to getting married, and expressing that she made a point not to do that because it wasn't right. But then KODY points out that he said, well, you said it was awkward kissing in front of somebody. And this, I mean, in defense of KODY, if you can believe this, you said that if there was going to be somebody else, you wouldn't want it to be that way because that was too awkward for you. And she's like, yeah, but I didn't expect it to hurt so much. And I didn't expect it to happen. Because, Christine wanted to be the third wife because she always felt like the third would be third and final. Those weren't her words, but it seems very clear. Reading the tea leaves, she really always felt like third would be third and final. And she was never jealous in the relationship with the other sister wives until one more got added on into this relationship. So she's upset over the fact that he did kiss someone ahead of time. Now, in Christine's defense, bouncing back to her, he needed to let the wives know, I just want you to know we're kissing. We're, that's the kind of stuff that is breaking a covenant. It is doing something that you normally wouldn't do prior to marriage because you have other wives and you're not married to her yet. And what if something happens and you don't get married to her? Then you've just stepped out and cheated on your wives. So if it's not cheating, you tell them what's happening, just like you tell them when you're going and where you're going, et cetera, et cetera. So you also let them know what you are doing on a physical level up until you get married. It shouldn't be secretive, because if you keep it secretive, then who knows what else you're keeping secretive, of which I think there was a lot. I really do. I think there was a lot he was keeping secretive. So she's really upset. Well, you notice in the couch interview, and the couch interviews are scheduled and recorded quite a bit after the episodes are recorded. In that couch interview, Christine is pregnant. Well, maybe I should take this back. Because sometimes in the couch interviews, they give you fake pregnancy bellies. I was going to say, in the couch interview, she was still pregnant. And she shared how much that hurt. But then he went ahead and kissed Robin again while she was in labor. But I believe what she was talking about in that couch interview is the fact that she found out he sealed the engagement with a kiss in his car, something that wasn't on film at all, but it was written about in the book. And that's what made her really upset when she found out about that. I don't know how she found out about it. I don't know how that went down. My guess is, though, she did find out about it prior to her giving birth to Truly, because they got engaged at least 6 months. They got engaged, and then eventually she had to get rid of her place down there. They had to find a place up in Lehigh. They moved her up to Lehigh. The kids were enrolled in school there. And Truly was born in the next year, in like February, March. And they got married around April, May, something like that. So many, many months later. So I still hold true to the fact that she would have, because she said she freaked out when she found out. She would have freaked out over that kiss, and then he would have gone ahead and continued to kiss her on camera, making it more humiliating and embarrassing, and something to really rub in, because then Christine could actually watch it and see it on film, as the other wives would too, because that's going to be just as hurtful to Mary and to Janelle to watch that. He's just a POS. He really is. This is Janelle. They don't think about anyone else but themselves. How did we get on that subject? How did we get on that subject? All right. Mary, he's such a total turnoff. He really is. All right. Hi, Wanna Pizza Me. Glad you're here. Good to see you. Anyone who I don't shout out, it's not because I don't love you. It's just because I don't see you, because there's so much in the chat that I have to kind of let it go shoo, and, like fling on a wheel as they scroll by. She wrote, yes, I agree. Robin doesn't seem that into KODY. I think she liked him when it was a game. Oh, that's what we were talking about. Thank you for bringing it back for me. Senior brain. I think she liked him when it was a game. Yeah. And it's been a game this whole time. I have another video where I was talking about that too. I think it's always been a game. How much time could she have with him? How much can she keep him away from them and with her? How, even if she doesn't want him with her, it's just that she wins. It's when he gets ready to go and she's like, are you going now? Just to prove that she can keep him a little bit longer. We saw it. There was an episode early on when she was in the rental. She was in the rental in Vegas and she spent the night there. And he's like, oh, I got to get going. And she's like, oh, all right, I got to go. All right. Okay. He's like, I got to go to Christine's. And she's like, oh, I thought you'd do a walk with me. And he's like, okay, well, let me go over there. I got to just grab my shoes or something. And she's like, okay. She's like, I want them all to myself. And so he went to Christine's to like change his clothes or get his shoes and then come back to Robin's. This is in the first year they were married. To go for a walk with Robin. Because she was pregnant. Maybe it was the second year she was married, because she was pretty pregnant, I think, at the time. I think like she was showing. Oh, she's been working him the whole time, and she's been loving it every little time. All these are little wins for her, and I think it just feeds her. Like she just, it's like fuel. So there's a meter on the side of her. You could see like the little green goop going up as her tank is getting full. Making her happy. I don't know, happy. I don't think she's ever happy, but satisfied on satisfaction of control. That's what it is. It's a satisfaction of control meter that she's got. Now she's got no one to she's got nothing to prove. She's got nothing to win. It's all there. It's all hers. And she is not going to like it. She's not going to like it. I think that's why she wants him to get another wife. Because she needs somebody to compete with. This is not her MO. She is not going to enjoy this whatsoever. Being the only wife. No, she needs to compete with somebody. Okay. Those earrings are an investment in her estate. High passing for normal. Betty, I love turquoise by Go to the Reservation. Yeah, I've got some turquoise from Reservation. My father-in-law has some Native American in him. Cherokee, I think, maybe, possibly. From the Pacific Southwest area. I think it's Cherokee. Anyway, so he had some stuff and I have some earrings. And my mother has always liked turquoise. And when we were traveling in the Southwest with our camper once, we would stop and get some handmade turquoise stuff. So I do have a couple pieces of turquoise. Okay. Okay. And Tennessee girl in Texas made it to a live. We have a lot of new people who made it to a live today. I'm so excited for you all. Okay, so to get back on track then, as I got off on a tangent about Robin, Mary and Janelle are finally coming together of like mind and saying, and just being on the same page in the end. He's done us wrong. She's done us wrong. They see the light on how the two of them have manipulated everybody in the family and how they're sitting up there on the hill with everything. But sadly, because they're so afraid that they're taking everything, all they're doing is scratching and crying to keep the land. And they're just letting KODY take the house. Maybe that was his plan all along. Robin really wanted all the land. So he was doing nothing, hoping that he would just give it to her because he gives her whatever she wants. And she wanted Coyote Pass. So he just kept thinking, well, we can't afford Coyote Pass. So I'll just do nothing and eventually they'll give up, because that's what happens in our family. I do nothing. The wives give up. But they weren't giving up. So they had to eventually sell the land. So there is no way he's like, well, I'll finally give in to that, but there's no way they're going to go for the house because, we're still living in the house. So, yeah. But then again, they did move out of the house, but they put it in a trust so it couldn't be touched. Like they just lawyered up and figured out a way to get the wives to not touch any other money that they had besides Coyote Pass. Because they're rotten. They're rotten to the core, those two. Nothing redeeming. Nothing redeeming about them, I tell you. Not a thing. Shanna Banana. Aw. Thank you so much, Shanna. And I hope you're feeling well today. I really do. Appreciate you. All right. Yeah, she didn't look too impressed, Tracy, did she? I don't think she really liked them. I don't think we're going to see him. I really don't. Everybody wants Scooter Brown. Oh, they didn't color correct KODY and Robin's teeth this episode. Oh, interesting, Lynn. I have not been paying attention to Robin's teeth. I haven't. I'm going to have to now. KODY's? Yeah, I did notice a little bit, but I was more distracted by it. I was really, really, really good because people tell me I nitpick him too much. And all I keep thinking of is, if you only knew the 9 things I let go for every one thing I mention that bothers me about him. And I know a lot of them are about her speech and language, but again, it's just because those are heightened things for me. So I try to let a lot of things go. If you notice, he groomed his mustache, but so looking at me it would be on would it be this side or this side looking at me? Okay, so on him it would have been this side. Okay, so on him it would have been this side. Was a little bit higher. He went up too high, and it's fine that he went up higher on that side, but then he should have gone up higher on this side to match this side if he wanted to cut it shorter up here. So the hairs on this side of his lip are closer to actually going and hitting the lip. And this side, there's a big gap between where his lip ends and there's like a 1/4 of an inch, and then the hairs begin for the mustache. And I couldn't stop looking at it the entire episode. And I was just like, Jenny, just stop. Jenny, just stop. Your OCD's in overdrive. Just stop. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Anyway, it's not a big deal. So I didn't notice. I did notice his teeth were not looking great. I just bypassed that because, yeah, that's, it comes, it goes, it comes, it goes. I don't understand what's happening with the teeth situation, but maybe color correcting. Maybe they are just like doing them a solid every couple episodes and whitening them up for them. Robin's teeth, I haven't been paying attention to though. So I will start looking at that. Okay. Yeah, Robin, good point. She really can't complain. No, she can't. Because her excuse was, well, yeah, but I didn't think he was going to do it. And then I didn't think it would hurt that much. So she really doesn't have a leg to stand on. However, I do believe he should have told her beforehand. Remember when we had this discussion? Remember when you said, I think that, you know, once we're engaged or something like that, especially if the engagement went for a longer period of time. Since the engagement has gone on longer than the time we were engaged before we were married, after the period of time when we actually got married, you know, either marry Janelle or Christine. Say nobody went longer than 2 months before they were married. So after a 2-month period of time, he said, I just would like it if we could do a kiss goodnight and let the wives know. That's all he had to do. He had to man up, speak up, and man up. 2 things the man can't do. All right. He did Coastal Diva. He basically cheated, which is another reason why I say there's no reason to believe that they were chaste, as they say, before they got married. They're liars. We know it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Ah, that's my shoe. This is a very good question. Let's talk Valentine's Day here for a second. I want to know what he gave Truly for Valentine's Day. What do you think? Big fat 0. I would love it if if the producers would have said, this is so cool, or even asked her, what are some of the Valentine's Day gifts you've gotten in the past? Of course, no, don't ask her, because she's not going to remember, because they're meaningless. They shower these kids with so many gifts, it's ridiculous. So ridiculous that both McKelty and Tony, who are the Cody Robin apologists of all time, will say they give them too many gifts. They buy them too much stuff. And they defend those two right and left, but they'll come out and say, well, both of them do. They buy those kids too much stuff. They get them too much. I mean, they're spoiled rotten, those kids. So probably all of them. I don't know how Dayton fits into the whole picture of everything. Oh, what I would do to get a book from Dayton. Oh, Dayton. Bless him. I'd love to talk to Dayton. I'd love to just sit down and go to dinner with Dayton one day. Wouldn't that be the best? Just sit and talk to him. Talk to him about his life, what he thinks, what he was feeling when his mom married Cody, what he thinks about his brothers and sisters. I think he loves all his brothers. I think they still reach out to him and try to connect with him. I know they all liked him. I know they always spoke positively of him. I mean, he and Peyton went through some rough patches when Peyton was going through a rough patch with every sibling. But they worked through it, and they became good buddies. And Peyton has said, love Dayton. And the other boys, the older boys, really like Dayton. So I know all that's good. I know he's not around anymore. Is he not around because he speaks his mind? It could be. Being that he's on the spectrum, maybe that's one of the characteristics that he exhibits, is having a difficult time squelching honesty and monitoring what he says. And Cody might not like that. And he might not understand why he's not more involved with his dad. And so eventually they may have just said, go. Could be. It could also be why he wasn't on the show that much, because they were fearful of what he might say on the show. I could see that too. I don't know. These are hypotheticals. No idea. I would love to just sit and talk to him, because he just always seemed like the sweetest kid in the world. Really. I don't think Aurora and Brianna, we would get some truth out of. I think they're so brainwashed. I don't even know if they know what the truth is. It's going to take some years of deprogramming to get to the truth. I mean, we're now looking at Mary and Janelle starting to see the truth of their lives. And these are grown women who like stepped aside from it now and are still a little cloudy and still giving the cloak of charity to KODY about so much stuff. They're just now cracking away. Janelle's going quicker. Janelle, she's starting to get a sledgehammer. Mary is still cracking. You know, we saw in that episode that she was worried about what KODY was going to do. And Janelle's like, well, there's nothing he can do. So I really feel like Janelle was more worried about by like what he's going to do. I think a lot of it was like what he's going to do in terms of he's going to be really angry. How is he going to react that way? Like, what's he going to do in terms of retaliation with his anger and just being mad and being angry and all that? And it's kind of like, who cares? You're gone. You're divorced from him. You live in another state. Just let him go. Let him go. He's such a stronghold on them. It's going to take a lot of time. So I think it's going to take a lot of time for Robin's kids to really be able to see the light. I do like that they go to this church that's not AUB or even LDS. Like, I really feel like it's breaking away enough to help them really think a little bit more independently. That there could be whole different ways out there in the world that are not bad. Especially if her mom still thinks that she might want to live polygamy, which I don't know if she really does. We'll see. Kathy for Ron, thank you for that super sticker. So sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. And we have a new member, Nadine. Thank you for becoming a member of the channel, Nadine. I appreciate you too. I think I just gave you a... And I think, Kathy, we have a second super sticker in here. Huh. Did you mean to send two? Thank you. That's so sweet. Appreciate you. Okay. Michelle says, I wouldn't want to find my soulmate if I would be as unhappy as KODY and Robin seem. Yeah. If that's what a soulmate looks like, her girls have got to think, maybe that's what Brianna means. I don't know what Brianna meant last week when she was talking like this about a soulmate. Like, I don't know. I still don't know. As many times as I watch that clip, even in editing it, I could see it a different way multiple times. I could interpret it different ways multiple times. I really don't know her intent. I really don't. And people would write like different interpretations. I'm like, possibly. I don't know. I really don't know. All right. Kathy says, Robin only took, she never paid a family debt with the sale of her house. Right. If she had all this money when she wouldn't have needed the money for her house because she knew how to budget. Right? Lies. I think what KODY was referring to there, was somebody had mentioned, and I don't know where this information came from, but somebody mentioned that when Christine bought her house in Flagstaff, at that point, she still had her house in Vegas because hers was the last house to sell. So somebody said part of the sale of Robin's house went into the down payment of Christine's house. However, they also said that as soon as Christine's house sold in Vegas, Christine paid back Robin the money that she gave her as part of the down payment. So it's a wash. It's a wash. It's not like Janelle, who just forked in all this money to the family and didn't get a penny of it back, didn't ask for it back, didn't want it back, because she always believed someday I'll get mine. When I need it, it'll be there for me. Because that's how this family works. We all have each other's backs. Until Robin came in the family. And then it all changed. That's what I really loved about that Coyote Pass scene too, was the realization of Mary and Janelle, but Mary especially, that as soon as Robin came, everything changed in terms of, yeah, we did have everyone's back. We really did. Mary's like, I didn't mind putting equal amounts of money into the family fund, even though I only had one child, because we all just supported everybody. I thought it was sweet when Janelle said to Mary, you kind of got the short end of the stick because he gave you so little. And basically, you gave so much to the family, but also he meant so much to you. And I think that also tied into the fact that she had one child and she wanted more. She's always wanted more than one child, but she would only have one child. Because of that, KODY became a more significant part of her life. The other wives had 6 children. KODY was an inconvenience in their life, quite frankly. I mean, they've said it. Christine said it. She's like, oh, the days KODY came over, it upset the apple cart. She enjoyed it. She wanted him there because she knew he needed to be there for the kids. It was important for him to have that relationship, and she wanted him there. But she's like, we didn't know when he was coming. It threw things off. We didn't know about dinner. The schedules were different. It was like, oh, great, Daddy's here. Whereas Mary is sitting there looking at the clock going, when's he coming? Should be any minute now. Where's Daddy? Where's Daddy? Even when Leon wasn't there. So Janelle recognized that and put words to it for Mary. And I thought that that was a tender moment for 2 people who never got along in the family. I thought it was really nice of her to do that. Okay. I'm probably way behind in this chat now. I apologize. I have to give it to Gab. All right. Let's see here. Just like it was a game to steal her sister's boyfriend. I think it's all part of the same thing. Yeah. Totally. I think she thought he was probably cute, and her sister was dating him, and she thought, oh, I can get him. Just watch. It's just who she is. It's just who she is. I think her first failure was not, well, maybe not the first, but I think one of her failures in this game that she plays with the family and in life was not getting Coyote Pass. I'm convinced she thought she could weasel her way into getting KODY to get all of Coyote Pass for her. And he just couldn't do it because he's that bad with money. There's no reason he could not, with all the money he and Robin together have accumulated over the years. They could have easily bought out half, because they already owned half. Could have easily bought out the other half, the other 2 women, and had that property. But they're blowing it on ugly art and jewelry and dolls and who knows what else. Who knows? Possibly gambling. I don't know. Rumor has it he's in casinos. I don't know how much he's gambling. He doesn't seem like somebody who could figure out gambling, but I don't know. Maybe he has pictures of him sitting at gambling tables, but it shocks me that he would even be able to count to 21. So I don't know. Even when Michelle says, even when Kody and Robin say, I love you, looks like it was hard for them to get it out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything about the two of them is awkward. Can I just say, the family at family game night, Jenga night, the family around the fire pit and at the eating at the picnic table that night, talking to each other, and the family at what is it? Francesca's, Alexandria's, I can't remember right now. The restaurant where they're normally stuck up in the attic. When they were out on the back patio, quote unquote, after the baptism that day, who knows when it was really filmed. That scene, all of these scenes have something in common. And that is that you watch them like this because it's so uncomfortable. You're just like, and I think part of it is because if you analyze Robin, and because I had to do so much editing of it, I've seen so much of Robin. The whole time she's sitting there like this. First of all, that looks so uncomfortable there. Those were brick. I don't know if you noticed. The benches that Robin and Kody were sitting on were made out of cement and bricks. Who wants to eat dinner sitting on that? There were these like really thin little cushions that they were sitting on, but still, like, you couldn't lean back or anything like that. Not the 3 kids across from them sat in normal chairs, but I just thought, I would have run to a chair if that were me. I'm like, yeah, no, thank you. Unless you're going to give me some big puffy pillows to stick behind my back. I want to relax and enjoy myself. Anyway, so she's sitting there the whole time. And of course, she's monitoring this little one over here and making sure she doesn't move or talk or do anything. When she goes to grab something, she grabs her hand and puts it back. Like, I mean, it was just like she's like kept putting her back in her box the entire time. Ari, no. Ari, don't speak. Ari, don't move. All right. And she didn't. Like, she clearly was promised some sort of prize or gift for minding her manners, saying nothing, being a lady, not speaking out, not responding. Because for her to keep her mouth shut that entire time, she acted like she couldn't hear what was going on. I would not be surprised if she had earbuds in and she was listening to something. I would not be surprised. I should go back and look and see how they had her hair. Because she looked almost aloof at times, where she wasn't even paying attention to the conversation, because she wasn't responding or anything, or even making eye contact. I bet she was listening to something else. I just thought of that. I bet she was. Anyway, so she's monitoring that. Kody's over here. Robin the whole time is like this. And then that little bolero jacket sweater thing she had, just the whole time. Fidget. She was so fidgety. I'm getting fidgety watching her being fidgety. It was driving me crazy. Fidgeting with her hair. The sweater was the most. Just kept pulling on the sweater the whole time. I'm like, take it off, put it on. I don't know, something. Just, her body language was so incredibly uncomfortable. So, and then the conversation was odd because, again, Kody says something, somebody else says something, then he's surprised at what they say, and then they're surprised that he's surprised because they're just responding to him. Like, the disjointedness of the conversations were like, this must be how all their conversations are, because it was the same thing when she said she wanted to be baptized. That whole conversation was weird and awkward. And I get it that one was more set up, because it's like, okay, we're going to say this, you're going to say this, we're going to say this. So fine. that one being more scripted felt even more uncomfortable. But like when you're sitting down and you could see as the plates went through that they went through a whole meal. By the end, I actually saw that there was food in front of Saul. He got macaroni and cheese at the very end. So he had food. Everyone else had like salad, and they went through all these different courses, of which he didn't eat any of those. But then when they had their main course, he got mac and cheese. So they were there a while, hour and a half, 2 hours. And this conversation was still like this at the very end. I could not, you could, I mean, you could pay me to sit there, but I could not want to be there any less and sit there. Like, if it weren't for the show, if I wasn't a podcaster, if I didn't know anything about this, it would be the last place I'd want to go to spend an evening. I'd be like, no. I'll just sit home. I'll do work. I'll watch something on TV, really enjoy myself. If not, I'll do work. I've got lots of work to do. I'll do work. I'll stay home and catch up on work. I would rather than go to dinner and force conversation with these odd people who act like they're trying to hold information back, but trying to act like they're sincere in what they say, but then always don't know the right words to say things. And then KODY just throwing out random words that don't mean things and trying to put them together bizarre. That's all I got to say. The whole thing is odd. Oh, and then, flash over to Christine's family where it's just like a crazy party all the time to an extreme, throwing in McKelty, and it's like bouncing off the wall kind of party. Completely different. I mean, whole conversations they're having, most likely going to be inappropriate, the topics that are thrown out there. Nevertheless, you know what's being said. I will take that 10 times over, 100 times over, going over there. I mean, it would be fun. It would be funny eventually. And then there's other people that you could talk to. And then Janelle's family, they're just so delightful. And they're fun. Hunter's hysterical. Logan's enjoyable. Maddie's great. I mean, just everyone there. And Savannah's so sweet. She probably wouldn't say anything, but you can't even compare these families. Night and day. Okay, I'm switching the banner. There we go. Back to keep the lights on. Okay. All right. Robin is such a downer, they can't enjoy anything. Yeah. It's almost like she really enjoys being a victim, which I guess is the personality type, according to that test she took. That is what Christine said, huh? She enjoys drama. She enjoys drama, creating drama or being in the drama or watching the drama or having drama be a part of something. And then being a victim is creating drama, of course. She really does seem to enjoy that, to have something to talk about. It is nuts. Crazy nuts. Okay. Where are we? I do have to check out the teeth. Okay, I'm gonna look at Robin's teeth. I can't believe I've missed it. I think I'm probably so flabbergasted by the stuff that comes out of her mouth that I haven't looked at her mouth. But I'm going to now. All right, I'm going to. Cody still has food stuck in his whole mustache. Oh, shiny forehead makes me dizzy from the shine. I am surprised that he's not using baby powder or something. He's quite shiny. Very, very shiny. Extremely shiny. Oh, she's got fangs. Okay, I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to pay attention. Candace says his grooming is a hot mess. It's distracting. I love that Robin has to see that face in ramen hair every day. It is true. It is really comical to me that she is not forcing him to pull it together and shape up. It's amazing, quite frankly. Amazing to me. I mean, maybe, does she like it? I don't know. Andrea, we must only have a few episodes left now before the Tell Nothings. Rumor has it, you know what? I saw the thumbnails for the next 3 episodes too, and I didn't click on them and read them, but I had heard that the next one is going to address Garrison. Wah, wah, wah. Let me just throw it out there now, just so we can get, that's going to be a bummer. And then we can come back. Go back up on, I don't want to end on that. Okay. Melissa, I just ate supper. If I had $1 for every time somebody wrote in the comments, oh my gosh, Jenny, I was watching your video and then you mentioned something and I was just eating. Don't do that. I don't know when you guys are eating. Don't watch. Don't watch while you're eating. Or the spit takes. The number of people who said they spit out their coffee or spit out their water or spit out their food. It's quite funny. Makes me laugh every time. Just the visual of the spit take over the Brown family, Cody and Robin. It's funny. 138. Thank you all for hitting the like button. Thank you, Nicole. No, Cody's never been a virgin. No, Cody. Well, yeah, Cody too. See, that was a Freudian slip right there. Cody and Robin have never been a virgin at a wedding. I hope we're going to address that at the tell-all too. That is such a big deal. I keep going back to it, but like, it's such a major deal in their faith. Such a major deal. And the fact that he lied about it makes it a doubly big deal. Like, it's a big no-no, but if you do it, then there's like all this penance that you have to do to like get back in good standing to then be able to marry in the faith. And he just lied and said, no, I'm a virgin. Jody wants to know if his apologies were done after Garrison's passing in an attempt to repair his image for being a total a-hole when it happened. I believe you are spot on, Joni. I believe you are. I think that last season, Robin tried to be the sweet, this is my redemption arcs season, as people were saying last season. And I think at the end of this season, Cody is. So I feel like what we just saw was probably recorded after what happened to Garrison. So what we saw at the beginning of the season, him being his typical self, was spot on with what was happening. And then we had Garrison. And afterwards we have him. But we have like, I think they splice this together like a quilt, a patchwork quilt. I don't think anything is in logical sense. Even McKelty on her Patreon is sort of like, this doesn't make sense. But mom's birthday is in the spring and that happened in the, it's like, she's trying to make sense of it. I'm like, why are you trying to make sense of this timeline? Like, I feel like after we get past all this, maybe, possibly, we might start being chronological again. But because TLC is such an idiot and we're so far behind, COVID became a complete mess in terms of timeline stuff. And we're showing everyone going out doing everything when the rest of the world is shut down. So they were trying to play catch up and whatnot for that, and figuring out ways to handle that situation. And then the Garrison, and then actually Christine's wedding. We had Christine's wedding, which threw a wrench in everything too, because that's out on social media and everyone knows about it, but she hadn't even met anybody on the show yet. I'm not even sure if she had left KODY at the time that she was getting married in real life. So TLC realized, because, for years, not a whole lot was happening. Besides the catfishing, not much happened. They moved to Flagstaff, but it's a move. It's not as monumental of stuff that's really been happening in the past couple of years. So they just drag their feet thinking, we'll just keep stretching this out. Nobody will know, nobody will care. And maybe they figured not enough people follow it or care enough. The few that follow them on social media, who cares? And then with COVID and KODY going off his rocker, they needed to figure out what to do. So now they're trying to figure it all out. And thus this weird season where they call it a mid-season break, and then they come back with a handful of episodes and then it's over. It's not a mid-season break. See, just call it something else. Just say we're taking a spring break or something. I still don't know why they did it. I really still don't know why they did it, other than they were just desperate to get people to watch the Baldwins. It worked. We watched it. But if they do this next year, this stunt, we are not watching the Baldwins. We will take 8 weeks and do something else. We will go back. We will watch old seasons of Sister Wives, something. Find another show to watch. Cannot do a season 2 of the Baldwins. Although we had a great time in season 1. It was a good time. If you haven't watched it, you can go back and watch the episodes. It's on the other channel. But I think we all agree we can't do it again. Anywho, I truly believe that a lot of the scenes we've already seen, like when KODY is sitting on the property and reflecting and saying, this is not how I expected things to be, early on, the campfire scene, when he's like, I just really want to keep this. And Robin's like, okay, but we can't. We have other things, And then meanwhile, now he's saying she wants it and I'm trying to get rid of it. Oh, God, it's trying to fall. It's like falling in the bouncing ball with these people. But I think that was him not wanting to let go of the property in that moment, because that was in the summertime. And Garrison passed away in March. So I think he was grieving getting rid of Coyote Pass, because it was probably the only thing tangible that he had in connection to Garrison, because of the times that they spent out on the property doing campfires or jumping in the lake, the swamp, runoff, drainage, pond, poop, prairie, pond, cesspool. Anyway, yeah. So it's really hard to know what exactly is where. But yes, I think now all of his, I should have been nicer, I could have handled that differently, all those kind of conversations are him trying to make amends based on how things had gone down. Andrea said, Robin said Aspen was confrontational. How dare she? That irked me. And just let him speak, will you, Robin? He's sitting here trying to talk and she's being confrontational. speaking her mind. Confrontational. She's telling KODY exactly what he's doing, which is not showing up. It's like Robin and KODY, when truth is presented to them, they call it confrontational and argumentative and aggressive, and they don't like truth. They don't like truth if it doesn't align with what their agenda is that they're pushing forward. They don't deal with honesty very well at all. She is the biggest pot stirrer, Kathy. You're right. I hope Truly writes a book one day. She won't be concerned about any cloak of charity for KODY. And I think Christine will help her. I think Christine will make a great ghostwriter. I think she's too chicken to do it herself. We'll see. We'll see. I'm on the list to get it from Amazon. And I think actually it's supposed to arrive 2 days before the release date. That's what it said when I ordered it, which is pretty great. So we'll see. We'll talk about it. She said, oh, there's going to be all kinds of good stuff in there. I hope I'm wrong. I keep saying that, and I mean it. I mean it. I really, truly, truly mean it. I have never wanted to be more wrong in my life. I really want it to be great. I want her to spill all kinds of dirt. Oh, I want it to be something that's just that we can sink our teeth into, and we can talk and talk and talk about it, and it's just going to bring us joy. Oh, I want that more than anything. I want KODY and Robin to hear what's in the book and just have their mouth agape and fall to the floor. She said, what? That's what I want. I don't think it's going to happen. And the reason why, not so much the cloak of charity and the, I've moved on kind of stuff. I think it's because of the lawsuit. There's a lawsuit going on. She's not going to do or say anything that's going to jeopardize her lawsuit or anything for Truly. And I think all the good stuff would. I think that there's probably, because I know that there's these, can't think what it's called right now. I'm not in the legal world, but like a silence things out there. They're not allowed to speak, basically. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, the book's supposed to be already written. So frustrated it's not coming out till September. Gosh, would I love for it to come out this summer. We could really just dig our teeth into it and enjoy it. But no, it's going to come out when the school year begins and I'm back in therapy again and Sister Wives is going and we're making videos and doing live streams. And the holidays are coming back around. What else is going on in my life? I mean, when everything's happening all at once, Christine decides to drop her book then. Of course. Oh, hi, Liberty Lisa. Good to see you. Yes, Wild Julia. He's an idiot. Oh. Donna says, yes, makes me worry if he was violent. It does me too. When you see the level of anger he gets, and when you see how red his face gets, and that kind of talking that he does, that's him controlling himself, knowing it's going out to the world, having a camera in front of him and a producer, like his boss is standing right there. And that's where his body goes. He's not able to control himself to that level. That's controlling, basically. That's him controlling himself. It's scary. Whoa. Okay. Hi, Writer's Mod. Don't worry about it. You can always go back and watch the beginning. Becky said, I think the best thing is for KODY to visit his kids without Robin. She always stirs up trouble and he always believes her. Yes. And do you remember when KODY said, I will not go see my kids without Robin. Where I go, she goes. We are together. So if they don't want her, then they don't get me. He just went up to Utah without her. So lies. But kind of the sad part about it is he didn't just go because he wants to see all his kids. He went because Truly's underage. He probably hadn't seen her for a long time. I don't think the lawsuit at this point was in play. But how often does he go up to Utah? I just think it's hysterical how he said, and then there were other kids there. He's so shocked. I had no idea that there could be other kids there as well. This is just crazy. Some from another, there were kids from another mother. Like we don't know who that is. So bizarre. Oh my goodness. KODY, if you pick up the phone, speak to them every now and then, you might know they would have been there. I do not know what religion I got baptized in, but I think I heard that it was I don't know. I don't know. I was going to say it was a non-denominational Christian, but I don't think that's true. I think there was I don't remember what it was. Scrolling. I'm sorry if I miss people. I know I'm missing people, but I just don't want to get too far behind everybody because I know I am. I'm like a half an hour behind people. I got to catch up. Andrew said it's obvious he has reshooted and been directed as what to say. Now he loved his ex-wives. Yeah, he was floundering and flubbering through that, wasn't he? I mean, like I said this, but I mean, of course I said that, but of course, and of course he didn't come out and say, obviously I love them. Of course I love them. He can't say that. I just, when you're in a situation, when one is in such situation, everybody would do that. One would act like this. And, we use these, one would do this and one would do that. These are generalization kind of language stuff to just talk about things without talking about himself or taking responsibility for anything. Cindy from Oz, good point. Robin thinks a soulmate relationship is how much can you buy and give me to get my attention. Totally believe that. Totally believe that. He's my soulmate because he just keeps buying me stuff. While Julia says Janelle has had her differences with Mary, but she has always spoke on fairness and finances. It's true. Janelle always wanted everything to be fair and equal, fair and equal. And when it wasn't fair and equal, she was okay with that because she felt like that person needed something. So it's okay that it's not fair and equal now because you need that. And then someday when I need it, you're going to be giving more to me because I'll need it. Robin just never got that concept because she wasn't there in those early years, as Janelle said. Just like Janelle was really upset with KODY over the fact that, he likes this new shiny thing who doesn't understand why everyone's not getting along with each other. Well, because we fought because we were in the trenches all those years. Like, She wasn't there during that time. She doesn't understand why isn't everyone just always nice to each other all the time? I don't understand. We get these big paychecks and everything is good. We have nannies, we have house cleaners, we get our nails done, we have designer clothes. What's there to be upset about? Janelle's like, she doesn't know what it was like when we were poor and I had to put my bra together with a diaper pin. And like, I'm just like, speak it, Janelle, speak it. Yes, 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 yes. I was so excited when she was just spitting truth. I loved it. I loved it. She just never got it. Never got it. Mm-hmm. And KODY never got it either, quite frankly, because he didn't understand it either, but he doesn't get a lot. Lindsay B, thank you for hitting the like button. And hello. That was going to be the compound, yeah. So that the kids would never leave. That's why she wanted that land. Mm-hmm. Nicole, I didn't notice. He had a piece of paper that he kept looking at. If he did, I would have thought it was just the menu or something. I probably didn't pay attention. Interesting. His list of here are the things that I need to hit. Well, yeah. And one of those was definitely make sure you talk about how much you love Robin and are addicted to her, even if it doesn't match up with the conversation at all. Work it in somehow. Oh, Nadine, that's a really good point. I didn't think I talked about that in my video. But I do remember hearing that. Yeah, when I was doing my video, I didn't mention that. When Janelle was talking to Mary out there on the property, she referred to the boys as our boys. I love that. I love that. I really did. I really did. It's showing it's still, I mean, after all these years, after everything that's gone down with Mary and all that, for Janelle to use the term our boys right now in this time with Mary, of all people, I just thought that spoke volumes. Yeah. She always considered Mary another mother. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was good. And that showed how they all worked as a family, why they all put the money in together, how they all raised each other's kids together, how they were a family until Robin came. And she was all about, I just wanted to be everybody independently. We all put our money in together and we all take out what we need. I just happen to need more because I'm Robin Brown. Robin Brown. Okay. Coastal Diva KODY used to refuse to shower at Christine's. Oh, yeah, he didn't like the water pressure at her place. He showered at Mary's, ate at Christine's, talked business at Janelle's, had sex at Robin's. Yeah, that's basically how it worked. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hi, Beverly Minor. Good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, he is scared that she's going to leave him too. He's so scared that she's going to leave him that he's going to smother her to the point that she's going to leave him. And she's going to use the excuse, I never wanted to be a monogamist. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He didn't want to shower at Christine's because she had low shower pressure. So he says. Mm-hmm. So he would spend the night there and he wouldn't even shower in the morning. He'd grab his stuff and leave. Crazy. Christine, really, if you going back, when we started going back during those 8 weeks and we watched season 1, we just started season 2. We'll continue on season 2 after the season ends and do it through the summer and then head into season 3, etc. He does not look interested in Christine at all. He's not kidding when he said he wasn't attracted to her at all. Do you notice when he goes up to Janelle, he is very loving with her and with Mary. He's very loving with them. He's very tender with them in the way that he touches them and caresses their shoulders and touches them when he kisses them. And Christine, it's very robotic, or it's, okay, come here. There's no love or emotional connection between them. Christine is always like trying to be all goofy, and he doesn't respond to that at all. I don't think it's just that he doesn't respond to that. I just don't think he likes Christine. Which brings me to the point when Robin was talking about showing affection in front of the other wives. Okay, let me just say, this really irked me. And this is why, because she kept insisting that in this family situation, which was established before she got there, that they didn't show affection in front of each other with KODY. Okay. They weren't really affectionate with each other either. But I think that's just the nature of, I don't think I would be either if I had a friend who was sleeping with my husband. I'm very affectionate with my friends. We always give hugs when we see each other. Hugs hello, hugs goodbye. But if those same friends were sleeping with my husband, I don't think I'd be hugging him hello and hugging him goodbye. I really don't think I would be. I think it's just the nature of the beast of polygamy. You want to emotionally separate yourself from them to make it hurt less, to protect your heart. The less you see it, the less it's going to hurt, right? Okay. So there's this dynamic going, and they have determined now that we are not going to be showing affection in front of each other. Some sister wives do, some sister wives don't. This is how we're doing it. And that's how it's been for all these years. Now, Robin would like to do that. But we need to understand now that Robin is not jealous of the other wives. The other wives are jealous of Robin because KODY clearly loves Robin way differently, way more, way whatever you want to call it, than he does the wives that he's had all this time. So knowing that is hard enough for them. But now they have to watch him physically groping her too and her touching him. What? How could that be okay in any world? And how can she not see that? She had to have known she was the favorited wife all along. She's not a dummy. She knew. She knew she was playing the game. She just wanted to rub it in even more. She really did. And KODY is just a horny little beast. So he just wanted to touch her even more, because that if that would have been something they decided we're going to start doing more, he would have been doing it more with Robin, not with the other three. Maybe occasionally rub Janelle's shoulders or something, but that's it. Not marrying Christine, he wouldn't have. No way. And he would have blamed the two of them. He would have said, if you guys would be better sister wives to her, I would feel more attracted to you. That's what he would have said. It would be their fault that he's not more affectionate with them. And he would just spend more time with Robin, and it would have just made things crumble even more, because he doesn't know how to be a polygamous husband. I know how to be a polygamous husband more than he knows how to be a polygamous husband. He's the worst. He's the worst. So that really angered me. And for her to say, it's upsetting to me that we can't be kind in front of each other. I'm like, yeah, you can. What are you talking about? They were allowed to be kind in front of each other. Like, you're not allowed to show it wasn't even show affection. She was just saying like these general things. I don't remember what they were right now, but they were these like, you can't be supportive in front of each other. Yeah, you can. I was so angry. I was so angry watching it. I'm like, lies, lies, lies. Just you can. There was nothing in the family that said we cannot be supportive of each other in front of each other. KODY cannot support me in any way when another wife is around. It's just ridiculous. I think she interpreted, or she's using that terminology, when he's hugging me from behind and groping me, that's being supportive. Oh, she's just using all different words for it. But everything she's saying in that little bit was all just a lie. Lie, 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 lie. I was like puking listening to her. And it was all just code for, we just want to touch each other in front of them. Although, interestingly, how many episodes? This goes back to last season, this season. I mean, ever since COVID, there have been no other wives around besides Mary that one time. And KODY going on and on and on about how hard Thanksgiving was because he couldn't just grab Robin while Mary was there. I mean, he's with her 365 days a year, but the one day with turkey is the one that he needed to just grab her in front of all the kids that were there too. The most ridiculous thing he's ever said. I just couldn't even believe it. Anyway, that's what he says to the camera. And so that he can go on and on and on with his mantra of how much he is upset that they can't show affection in front of each other, and how wrong it is, and how Robin keeps telling him he can't do it as well. They're never together. Mary's there. She hasn't been there in years. She won't be back for years until she asks him to help her move out of state. That's it. So it's over. But he keeps saying even now that Robin is still having a difficult time with the affection. So he thinks the reason why she's having a difficult time with affection is because she's seeing him different because the other wives left him. So this is his way of blaming the other wives now for the fact that Robin doesn't really want to be affectionate with him. Yeah, it's not a game anymore. She's affectionate with you to get something. There's a means to an end. She wants more money. She wants another purse. She wants another pair of sandals. She wants more jewelry. Another doll, just, another couple thousand to go on a shopping spree, whatever it is. That's when she's nice and kind and generous to you, KODY. That's it. She needs to get something. Or she just feels like having a competition and a race. Oh, it's time for him to go to Christine's? Well, maybe I can make him go later. Let me see what I can do. Yeah. And I don't even think that it was all that overt. I think that she's so warped, it's just part of her. I think that that's just who she is. That's just her behavior. I don't even think she's aware of it most of the time. Sometimes I think she is, but I think a lot of the time it's just who she is. It's just Robin. All right. Jerry, that's a good point. She's got no one to blame but herself for those girly curls that she has to look at every day. She taught him how to do that. She's got to live with it. Poor thing. Okay. Wendy's front yard. I love the Baldwins. You love the Baldwins. They drove me crazy. I actually kind of like Alec a lot because he's funny. I enjoy humor. That's what I like about Mary too. Mary makes me laugh, and Jen makes me laugh. I would appreciate a little bit more Mary and Jen. If the Baldwins get another season, the world is ending. This is how far behind I am. All right, I'm going to start catching up. Let's see here. Oh, Rain Lady. Member for 6 months. Woo, woo. Okay. Truly's totally over Christine's over-the-top sexuality striptease shows. I would be so grossed out if my mom acted that way in front of me. Yeah. At some point, she's got to grow out of this. I just don't know when. I mean, I feel like I was going to say even McKelty's a little bit more mature, and I do believe she is. However, McKelty eggs her on, so she's her accomplice. I mean, what can you do? Aspen just seems like she wants to crawl under a rock. And Truly literally left the room. Poor Truly. Yeah. It's... I think she thinks it's funny. Because there was a time in her life when that was funny, when you first started kind of exploring your sexuality, I guess. Maybe she just never did with Kody. Maybe he never let her. I don't know. I don't want to know. But I just... Okay, I just wish there was another storyline that we could do with her. I just don't know what it is. I don't know if there is one. That's the sad part about it. We got Tata Farms, and that's very interesting to me. I think it's partly very interesting to me because I really love Maddie and Caleb. I do. I think her little kids are adorable. So I think that seeing them as a family unit and then seeing Janelle with them, the wholesomeness of that contrasting from Kody and Robin is just such a nice balance that I love it. And I love the concept of it. I want to see what it becomes. And I'm a huge cheerleader for Janelle. I love all that. I love how smart Maddie is and grounded. That's what I mean. She's grounded. She's probably really smart too. I've heard she's really smart. I don't know personally, but she's... I say streetwise smart, but she's just logical, practical. And she calls Kody out on his shit. And I love that. Even if he's her own father, she'll call a spade and a diamond a diamond. And what else is there? A club, a heart, a heart. All right, let's get through all of them. All right. Not all the kids will do that, but Maddie will. So I love that on that side of the family. I'm trying to think, what is there on Christine's family that is really captivating, that can draw us in and make it really interesting for us to watch? Because the wedding, that wasn't that interesting. And the B&B is not that interesting. I am very interested in Mitch and Aspen, but I don't think they're going to say much because they're more reserved. So I don't think we're going to get much out of Christine's side of the family that's going to be of interest to us. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. That's the second cameo I've seen KODY do handstands in. He loves his handstands. He just thinks that's the coolest thing in the world. Do you remember when you were 5 and you learned how to do a handstand for the first time? KODY is so thrilled he can do them too. Okay, granted, I can't do them anymore. But I'm just saying, like, out of all the things in the world, KODY is so proud of his handstands. There was another thing in the show he did a handstand. I can't remember where it was. I remember in the show he did a handstand. It wasn't just in the actual show he did a handstand before. I don't remember where it was. Yeah. Because I remember I wasn't surprised when he did it. I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen his handstands before. Why do you do a handstand? Anyway. Probably hanging out with the kids at some point or camping or something. Andrea only watches for Janelle Shade and Jen. They are good. They are good. All right. Andrew thinks all those times doing his handstands, he landed on his head a few times. Well, you know what? That would explain some stuff now for us, wouldn't it? That would be good if that were the truth. Oh, that's the last thing we have to talk about. Thank you, Sam. The spiritual divorces. I'm convinced if Christine or Janelle had had spiritual divorces, we would have known about it. And I talked about this in my video too. I think I probably talked about it too much. I don't know. Maybe I'll edit part of it out. What I would give for them to go get a spiritual divorce. Oh my gosh. It would be so amazing for multiple reasons. And here's why. One, I think it's just closure for them. Even if they don't think they need closure, it's closure. Sometimes you don't think you need closure on something because you're like, yeah, I've moved on. But then you get the closure and you're like, okay, like it's officially closure. I guess that does feel good. I didn't realize I needed it, but it feels good. And I didn't need it, but it feels good. So for that reason, I want them to go get it. Number 2, KODY will freak out. He will freak out because it will be 2 more times that the church is going to call him up and say, you abandoned them. Or whatever the grounds are. Maybe it's not abandonment. I don't know. Because I feel like for Janelle, I don't think abandonment is going to be the reason. There's going to have to be another reason. Because he didn't want her to go. Although he abandoned her kids. I don't know. I don't know the rules and tenets of the faith and the reasons for excommunicating somebody and what they would fall on. But I do know that Melanie specifically said that her father has already agreed that if Janelle and Christine came to him asking for a release, that they would get it. So there is some sort of grounds. And maybe he would use abandonment because of his overall behavior to them and the way he treated them. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the stuff he does, a lot of the guys in AUB do. So because of that, I feel like it might be difficult to, because clearly we could see a million reasons why. I just feel like it's not uncommon there. Now, what he did to Mary, that has to be a little bit uncommon. Completely shut her out. Absolutely. For that long. That was abandonment with a capital A. The stuff with Janelle is more borderline. Now, Christine, she's got a leg to stand on. I feel like abandonment should encompass, for Christine, somebody saying, I'm not interested at all in a relationship with you anymore. But in name only, you can be my wife. Now, again, I do think that is a common thing that happens a lot in this faith. And I do think they want to keep their numbers. So they just kind of look the other way and allow it to happen. But I do believe that she could get out if she wanted to. He's pretty mean to her too, but I don't know if verbal abuse is an argument that they can use. Now, the way that KODY was talking to Janelle on camera, and then he, on camera, agreed at the tell-all that that wasn't the worst argument they had. So he can't say, oh, that's the worst. And Janelle did say, oh, that's the worst argument we had. That's what Janelle said. But then he's like, oh, no, we've had a few others that were worse than that. So, okay. All right. Your own words, KODY. You've been worse than that? As grounds for a divorce. I would love it for that reason. Okay. Number 3, because I do believe that Robin still thinks that she has a spiritual marriage with a polygamous relationship, marriage situation, whatever it's called, with Janelle, for sure, and KODY. So but there's not 3, possibly 3, since Christine hasn't officially gotten a release. However, she has had intimacy with another man. So I don't know where that comes in terms of her ideal. And I again, I don't know the language in the church. Can you just sleep with somebody and break it like that? Or not? Does it automatically break it? Or is there something else that has to be involved? Can somebody else say, it could break it, but I'm not allowing, like, could KODY say, I'm not allowing it to be broken. She's still part of our relationship. So that technically Robin could say, I still have Janelle and Christine as part of this. So there's 3 of us. So I still get the triad blessing above that comes with 3 wives in heaven. The blue planet as opposed to the green one. I don't know. I don't understand it all. Clearly. I don't want her to get anything special or extra that she thinks she's getting for having these extra plural wives. I just want it to be so clear that she can't claim something that's not hers. It's not hers anyway. And all this is made up anyway, so none of it's true anyway, but she thinks it. So because she thinks it, I just want these things to be in place so that it's clear that she can't say, yeah, but we still have this spiritual marriage going because they didn't do this or this didn't happen. So for all those reasons, I would love it if they went. And boy, didn't in this episode Janelle look like she was ready to truly go? Like she really seemed like, I just didn't even realize. And Mary's like, I would be more than happy to talk to you. And if you really watch it closely, this past episode, there's a lot of splicing they did. There was a lot to that conversation that was not in this episode. Because it was like, the edits were... It was fine on the show, but as I'm going through trying to do the editing and noticing it, I'm noticing how much really got choppy and cut off. And I'm like, ooh, there's a lot of conversation about that happened that we didn't hear the rest of. And there was much more to that conversation that we didn't hear the rest of. So they had a lot going on. Although poor Janelle, she never got into the shade, did she? Remember the first thing she said? Oh, the UV index is really bad at this time of year, even though it's cool out here, we'll be burnt right away. So let's go where it's shady. I don't think they ever did. And I think they were talking for a while based on the edits. I think they were there for a while. Anyway, poor Janelle. I like how Mary offered to meet with her again and to talk through everything she did. And she offered to go with her there. I thought that was beautiful. I think I really enjoyed. I know they're not going to be besties because they were never even friends. But I like that there's no animosity anymore and that they're willing to be there for each other. That made me happy. Okay. Let's see. check out the chat here. I'm behind. I am way behind. Let me try to catch up a little bit anyway. Okay. It is storming outside. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm on the second level, so the roof is above me. Love Tata. I love Tata too. She is. I'm hoping this is an arc. I'm hoping it's an arc and we're going to come back down. I think so. I think we will. Oh, Dee Dee. We have another 7-month member. Oh, so excited to see what they do at Tata Farms. I am too. All right. Yeah, that's true, Sarah. That made me upset. Yeah. Truly says she didn't like the affection and that tongue kissing. She told her to get over it. Yeah, she's... Oh, Grinchy Grandma. Is that why? They gave him 2 months during that time to have that time off? Okay. All right. All right. I respect that. Oh, Michelle. Husband bought me the apron from Tata Farms. The fabric was sturdy, great quality. I will be buying more from them. Yay. I bought the digital cookbook, and at some point I might make a few of the recipes and videotape myself doing it and then share them with you guys. They're like recipes from Janelle's family. I mean, some of them are so basic that there's like 3 ingredients and that's like up my alley because I am not a cook. I don't like cooking. I'm on the weekend, let me make a vat of something in a crock pot and a vat of something in the oven, and then we'll just eat that all week and then add to it sides. There's like rice, there's potatoes, you can throw in the microwave, there's salad, there's lettuce in the fridge. Add to it what you want. Those are the 2 main things we can eat all week. Call it good. Skips a generation. My mom loves to cook. My daughter likes to cook. Not me. But I will cook some of those and show you guys some of those recipes. Janelle's family recipes. Okay. Okay. And a lot of you chatting back and forth with each other, which I love. Sister friends. Okay. Okay, I don't know the beginning of this conversation, but Becky was talking about people around here can clear the land and put up a house in 6 months. Yeah. Now, it would have taken them a little bit longer because a lot of those people have access to some of the other utilities. And I don't know how many utilities were running to that parcel of property, but I know there were utilities all around. I mean, their house was right down the street and it had utilities. And I noticed across the street that they had houses that had utilities. So there were houses that had utilities all around them. So there was obviously access that they could tap into. So it's not like they had to run it from in town or anything like that. They just had to tap into the water, sewer, electric, whatever it was. they'll get that company to come out and handle that for them. But he just didn't do it. Like, he just doesn't. I don't think he knows how to do things. I think he wants to do things, but he doesn't know how. And so he just kind of drags his feet until the wives eventually do it, or he just doesn't, he finds somebody else to do it, or he just doesn't do it and then changes direction. And go, you know what? This wasn't a good idea anyway. We need to move. You know, Daisy Ray says it's not about his celestial kingdom. It's about what? It's about dog? It's not about a celestial kingdom. Daisy Rays, what do you mean? It's not about a celestial kingdom. Is this about having the wives, having multiple wives? Okay, you have to explain that to me, because, see, this is me showing my ignorance when it comes to the afterlife in this faith. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't know what's going on. Oh, but Lynn gets it. She says thanks. Go. I'm clueless. Kathy, thank you for another super sticker. You're so sweet. Is that the one from before? Because there's the other one. Are they popping up again? Or you keep sending $3 super stickers? You're a doll. More, you want the Tata Farms cookbook video? Okay, but you have to wait if I can get back from my trip. June is a great month. May, insane. May's insane. May's insane. Next weekend, my daughter graduates from veterinary school. All my kids are coming from Tennessee. My son's coming down from college. We're going to spend all weekend together. The whole family will be staying down at hotels in Columbus area. So, and we'll be doing that whole festivity. And then after that, I leave to go to Utah for the whole filming thing. I'll be there for a whole week. And then, of course, I have to do all my makeup therapy sessions for speech in between all that. Sister Wives is still going. It doesn't stop. I don't know what I'll be doing when I'm actually there, because they're supposed to be shooting 12-hour days. So I think I'm pretty much going to be off the grid when it comes to streaming and things once I leave on Tuesday. I won't be back until Sunday night. So for the live stream on Sunday night for Sister Wives, I'll be here. And then I think I have one weekend free. And then I've got a scrapbooking retreat with a whole bunch of women that were going for the now 4 days, Memorial Day weekend. I don't know why I did that to me. I didn't know I was doing that. I didn't know about this whole trip to Utah. That just came up all of a sudden. So it's a rough month for me in terms of busyness. But June, my June looks good. So looks like Tata Farm cookbook recipes might be coming your way. Michelle, so he was able to sneak an order. And that sneak an order and stuff was cracking me up. Maddie, thank you so much. I don't know what that conversion rate is, but I appreciate you sending me a super sticker. Thank you very much. Your Norwegian, well, I don't want to call it $1 because it's probably not even called it. Your Norwegian money is appreciated. And Liberty Lisa, thank you. Many blessings to you and your family. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. I miss your Tata tea. I know. I have one recorded. I just have to edit it. But I want to get out this last video because it's more timely. Okay. Oh, was there a kitty cat? Oh, there's one laying by the door. Yeah. Yes, Christine, you're right. We were talking about it for a little bit, how he loves to walk on his hands. He's so proud of it. That's the kicker. You'd think that these were like Saturday Night Live skits if we didn't know them that well. And even knowing them as well as we do after all these years, 15 years, I still sometimes go, is he acting like this for the camera? Does he really think this much of himself? Okay. Aw, thank you, Sarah. Appreciate you. Sahara Desert. Sahara Desert. That's a tongue twister there, Sarah. Good to see you, Kathy. Yep, you can start from the beginning. Okay, they don't have to develop all the land. 10 acres is more than enough for what they want to do with it. It will cost them less than $100,000, and that's a high figure. So 10 acres is more than enough for what they want to do with it. Oh, we're talking about Tata Farms, how she said Maddie was saying they were going to do like 10-acre chunks at a time, which makes sense, obviously, because what do they have? Like 100, almost 160 acres? Wasn't that it? That's a lot of land. Leslie, you're right. It's going to be rough watching Garrison episode on Sunday. I have my tissues ready because I will need them. So, me too. I don't know if it'll be the whole episode or if they're just going to be addressing it on Sunday, but I heard it is going to be this Sunday. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see if I can find that. Clip that I was seeing before and actually read it. I didn't click on it before. And then I heard somebody else say it. I'm like, oh, I should have read that thumbnail when I saw the thumbnails. Was it here? They're hiding things in all different places now. Oh, that's not it. Okay. Sorry if that's loud. Oh, it's going to be episode 23, isn't it? Okay. It says, Kody Brown discusses the impact of his wives leaving on his relationship with his children, particularly Maddie and Caleb. Well, that's interesting. He really thinks that his problem with Maddie and Caleb is the fact that his wives left him. This goes to show you how little this man has learned. How little. Oh, boy, he loves to throw the blame other places. All right, let's go on. He expresses frustration with his daughter's perception of him and acknowledges the impact of his marriages falling apart on his bonds with the kids. Christine, however, suggests that the issue with the kids were present before she left. Hold on a second. This is probably last season, episode 23. Yeah, because it didn't pop up again. Okay. No, nothing's coming up. All right. Sorry, people. Didn't mean to bore you there. Somewhere I saw the thumbnails. I'll just try TLC. Also, I was on Max before. And they had TLC's taking a lot down from Sister Wives, though. They really are. They're pushing all their Sister Wives stuff over to Max for some reason. Not there. Load more. Nope. Don't you hate it when you find something, and especially these channels where they put things in all kinds of random weird places? All right, and then I see something, and then you have no idea where you saw it before. They hide things in the weirdest spots. Upcoming episodes. These are episodes we've already seen. Baptism by Fire. They're just re-airing them. Okay. My apologies. I thought I had more information for you, but I don't. Okay. Oh, Patricia, thank you. I'm not the only one that noticed the mustache. I'm starting to think that I'm such a nitpicky little person. And I do have a self-diagnosed mild case of OCD. Nobody's diagnosed it. But I do believe. And my house is an utter mess and a disaster. So to say I'm OCD, people would go, oh, right, sure you are. So it's self-diagnosed. And it's very particular to certain things. And look at me. I'm a hot mess. I don't care what I look like. So, but they're little things. It's just like these random little things that are off will be like, I can't, I'll see myself in a video, and if my glasses are slightly off, I will have the hardest time editing that video. I tell you, just the hardest time. And I'll be like, nobody's going to be able to get through this. Nobody's going to be able to watch this whole video. They're not going to, how can they get through this? Or I'll have one, because I don't see myself. I have to look at this little dot up here to see you, or I'm reading the chat. So if I'm reading the chat, I'm looking down. So I don't look at myself, because if I look at myself, I'm looking down too. So I'm looking at the chat, which is looking down enough, or I look up at the green dot at the top of my screen, which is where the camera actually is, so that at least you get me looking at you a little bit. So I never look at me at all. So I'll go back and look at the thing. I'll have this big hair that's sticking up like this for half a video. And I'll be watching it, and I'll be like, I just want to put that down. Go drive me crazy. So it's just those little things that, his mustache, where he cut it too high on that one, because there's no way a barber did that. I mean, he did it himself. This was his own self-grooming care routine. There's no way a groomer did that. And then the hairs were hanging down over his lip on this side, and then it was cut up high on the other side. I had a hard time looking past it, which is what made me shocked that I did not notice Robin's teeth. Everyone noticed Robin's teeth, and I didn't. I'm obsessed by his mustache and how it was uneven. What? Robin has a mustache? No, it was Cody's mustache. His unevenly cut mustache. Although, let's just go with it. How do rumors get started? Robin has a mustache too. Has anyone heard? Robin has a mustache. Oh, goodness. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let me read something funny to y'all. Let me pull up my funny comment folder before we get going here. Funny comments. Do I have anything in here? I do. These are things that strike me. I think the other day I was looking at an old video, old video. We're talking probably end of last season's video for whatever reason. And some of these comments were making me laugh. So you never know when I read your comments. It could be 9 to 12 months later, but I'll read them eventually. Carol Davis wrote, Robin couldn't find a second wife, just like she couldn't find a job. I was going to say a second job, but just no. that would have made sense. That would have been a parallel structure in the sentence, if you will. I was just teaching parallel structure to my kid right before I saw you guys doing a makeup session. All right. Robin couldn't find a second wife like she couldn't find a job. That was very good. Okay, that made me laugh when I saw it. So true. Okay. Lady V5655 wrote, I live in Arizona. KODY is far from being the nicest man in Arizona. In fact, I wish he'd leave. I don't remember how it came up as him being the nicest man in Arizona. I don't know. I think I said he could be the nicest man in Arizona and still something or other. That might be how it came up, but it made me laugh when I read that. KODY is far from being the nicest man in Arizona. In fact, I wish he'd leave. It was good. All right, we'll do one more. Oh, okay. This, let me tell you why this made me laugh. Ruth Carroll wrote this comment. I thought she was writing it to me. She was writing it to somebody else, but she didn't write it under the other person's comment. So it was written essentially just to me. And I was like, Ruth Carroll, I thought we were friends. But then later on in the same video, she's like writing all these lovely comments and all that. And then I realized she was writing this in response to somebody who had written something that wasn't so kind earlier in the comments, that people were writing back to this person going, why are you being so mean? What's the problem? So she was writing to them, but she never responded to them. She just put it in as its own comment. So I thought she was writing it to me. So anyway, I just laughed out loud because I thought Ruth Carroll was saying to me, this was not necessary. Like as for my video, this was not necessary. I wish you had just tapped out. Rude. I'm embarrassed for you. So you can imagine, I'm just sitting here reading like nice comments from people and all that. And then all of a sudden, this was not necessary. I wish you had just tapped out. Rude. I'm embarrassed for you. And I was like, oh my God. Is it that bad? And then I'm like, Ruth Carroll. I thought we were sister friends. Anyway, so I had to throw in funny comments because it made me laugh out loud when I realized what happened. It was directed at somebody else. All right. Very good. Thank you all. Let's throw a quote. Again, I don't know who said this quote. It's kind of a sad quote, especially with what's coming up next week. But then again, let's just get it out of the way because of next week. But this is for the procrastinators out there in the world. It is do it now, because sometimes later becomes never. Do it now. All right. Aw, thanks, Lynn. Hit the thumbs up on your way out. That's right. Oh, hi, Sociatel. Just saw you in there. And Rachel, hello. And Patty, hello. Some people I didn't get a chance to see before. Hello, everybody. All right, it was good seeing everybody. And there will not be a live stream next Tuesday night, but I will try to get a video out. And I don't know what my schedule is going to be like when I'm there. If I can live stream from the hotel at some point, I'll just pop in and do something. And who's ever there is there. And whoever can catch it at another time can. But because I think they are 12-hour shooting days, I do believe it's probably not going to happen. I'm probably going to have to just bypass a live stream next week, in all honesty. But I will work on getting a video out at least. So there's a responsive video to the show. And then we'll be back on track after that. All right. So good night, sister friends. And thank you for being here this evening. Bye.
I remember when Sonny and Cher got divorced when I was 6, and it rattled me.
I had a lover in college, and it was a little tryst. I was a naughty boy.
Things that make you go,